What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush, Let's Talk Jets Radio. For those of you who want to follow me on Twitter, it's TRAUCH21. Also, we launched Let's Talk Mental Health, a YouTube channel. If you'd like to subscribe or check it out and give us some feedback or just spread the word, that'd be great. We definitely would appreciate that. This quick video is about the offensive line, the Jets offensive line, which was a train wreck all year long. One of the interesting things is that the Jets had one of the worst offenses in football, and for whatever reason, not changing any position coaches. So, no disrespect to Frank Pollock. I mean, Bill Callahan is out there, arguably one of the best coaches around. Probably not going to get hired. Adam Gase seems satisfied with what he sees, which is kind of crazy, but I guess this is what we're going to deal with. So if everything remains intact as you go, you look at this line that has to be completely revamped. It's safe to say Ryan Khalil will not come back, thank God. Brian Winters, whose career started out strong, injury-riddled, he'll probably be released. Brandon Shell had a very poor year, which was surprising coming off of last year. He can't be counted on. Kelvin Beachum, who a lot of people want to just get out of here, actually played fairly well when he came back. And you got to figure he's a left tackle, and how are you going to replace him? And obviously the first thing everybody says is, oh, just draft a left tackle. Okay, we can go that route and take that chance. But keeping Beachum could give you a very good security blanket, good depth, and a good mentor to help that guy, just get acclimated or started or whatever else. The last thing you want to do is draft a kid that's not ready, and then Sam Darnold's running for his life again next year. So for me, Kelvin Beachum, I try to find a way to bring him back. That's just my personal opinion. And if you get another left tackle, maybe move the right tackle. I mean, depending on what his salary is, but I think you consider it. Alex Lewis, I think, is a versatile player that should return. And then you have Jonathan Harrison, who I think played pretty good at center. The Jets kind of really screwed the pooch by, bringing in Khalil, forcing him into the starting lineup, and then lo and behold, Harrison was a better player, and it wasn't really even that close. So for me, I try to bring back Harrison because you only have so much money to go around. And when you look at all the Jets' holes, yes, you have to upgrade the offensive line. You're going to need, if you trade Bell, you're going to need running backs. You're going to have to get a receiver if you get rid of Robbie. Or if you pay Robbie, it's going to be a lot of money. What do you do with Quincy? And do you have to replace him? You're going to need corners, especially if Tremaine's gone, and then you got to re-sign Brian Poole. You have a lot of holes that require a lot of money, and now you want to spend a ton of money on the offensive line. Which the thing is, there's always the names everybody wants to talk about, and I get it. Listen, offensive line, number one priority. You got to find a way to upgrade it, all this stuff. But the other thing is, so does the rest of the NFL. If you're a team that struggled this year because your offensive line, you're going to pay a premium to upgrade it. So the Jets aren't alone. So everybody says, oh, go get Brandon Scherff. Okay. What are you willing to pay him? Are you willing to break the bank for one player when you compete with somebody else? So Scherff is what? He's 28 years old with injury concerns. Are you willing to cross that bridge if you get into a bidding war for him? Or even Conklin. Everybody wants to talk about Conklin. One of the best right tackles available, if he becomes available. Young with 25, I think he's 25 or, 25 or 26 years old. Great. What is your limit to pay these guys? You want to break the bank? Fine. You're going to make these guys the highest paid players in football? Cool. But you got to realize you can't, people say, oh, well, go get two or three of the best free agents. You know how much that's going to cost you? We're not the only team looking for these guys. So if you don't want to spend money on the top guys, then you got to look at guys that are lesser guys that have injury concerns or a little bit older or have struggled a little bit. You have Brian Bulaga, you have DJ Humphries, Thuney, other guys that are there that are good. But it's where do you draw the line of saying, listen, I'm not going to pay a guy, Nate Solder money, or I'm not going to pay some of these ridiculous contracts that teams have given out to other players, like the Giants, and they regret it. So Joe Douglas is going to have his hands full. And I'm not really sure, Jet fans want these big names, similar to last year where we wanted Paradise and Morris and everything else, and we didn't get them. I think, you may get one of these guys, but you're going to pay probably an obscene amount of money because there's going to be a lot of competition for them. So for me, I bring back Beachum, I bring back Lewis, I count on Harrison. These are guys, and then you try to add into maybe one free agent guy. Then you look to the draft, and this is where Joe Douglas, who is, he's a former offensive lineman. He's all about the trenches. He's all about upgrading it. He should know what it is, and this is where he has to earn his paycheck with his scouting and his knowing how to find diamonds in the rough, young players, and build up this offensive line the right way, which has been done by McCagnon in the last 3 years. Unfortunately, Adoga's not the answer. Like I said, Shell's has been a problem. So you got to find it. But I just think in terms of free agency, the Jets they're going to have some challenges here. I think the big names everybody wants, it looks like Trent Williams will probably go back to Washington. So you're really going to learn a lot about Joe Douglas here, because I think the big names we may be priced out of, and you have to go to plan B and C with, a plan, a second level plan, your draft, or maybe you use free agency as your way to get an edge rusher, some corners, a receiver, everything else. Then you go draft heavy and get these young guys to fill in. Or, you find maybe a second-tier lineman that's just a diamond in the rough or whatever else. But offensive line is going to be interesting. I don't think it may go as everybody expects, just based on the price tag of some of these guys and the demand for them. But we'll see what happens. I've been wrong a million times before, but I'm just trying to, keep it real a little bit here, because I just don't see us signing 3 free agents at the top value guys. I don't see it happening. 2 is really pushing it. I think you'd be lucky to get 1, and I'm not even sure who that is. So that's it. Like I said, follow us. We're live every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, and we'll talk to you then.